Bukayo Saka is one of the most disrespected footballers I've seen.
Yes, welcome back. My name is Jess Iszatt, and we are bringing you the biggest debates across the World Cup. I am with our team captains. We have Ralph.
Make some noise, don't violate. You're not crazy. The hell?
We also have Kirk.
I'm not tackling.
And let's meet our guests. On Team Ralph, we have Mina. How are we doing?
Good. Looking forward to it, man.
Who do we support?
For the World Cup?
For the World Cup. I'm going to say the World Cup.
We support everyone.
Okay.
Global unity.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
global
that.
unity.
That might be good for the debate. And also to my right on Team Kirk, we have FG.
Thank you.
FG, who we supporting?
Manchester City Football Club.
Always.
And England, yeah, of course.
And England is coming home. Or is it? So let's get straight into our first debate. I feel like that brings us on nicely. England will not win the World Cup because they can't defend.
Ooh. Yeah, low-key, that defender was crazy, I won't lie.
It's the Harry Maguire tax.
Do you reckon he's that much of a miss?
It's the
Just
Harry
that
Maguire
one
tax.
defender is the reason for that?
Yeah, it's the Harry Maguire tax. If Harry Maguire was playing in that centre-back pairing, they're not conceding that second goal.
Who do you support?
Anyway, it's the Harry Maguire tax.
You know what? If Maguire was there, I think Maguire would definitely be starting, like, based on that defence, just because of what he's done in the England shirt.
I'm not going to lie. I think a lot of people also underestimate the work Kyle Walker used to get through.
Would you bring back Ben White?
I think Trent would probably be more the question.
You know, the Trent thing is interesting because obviously you see his problems at defence. But I think in the second half, when Harry Kane stopped dropping into that midfield space, it gave Declan Rice and Elliot Anderson more space to kind of operate in front of that front line. If you put Trent there as well, who could come in central, I think it's too many, what's the saying? Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Trent, for me, is one of the best fullbacks.
Yeah,
around.
I know, but what's his primary job?
Yeah, but I mean, look.
What you lose is not worth what you get.
I mean, look, he put Reece James into midfield when he brought Jed Spence on to sort of improve us a bit more defensively. Why couldn't you do that with Trent, put him into the middle because of what he's got on the ball? And
does he think maybe Reece James can translate into that central
midfield
easier than Trent?
I think Reece James is the better fit, personally.
Okay, let's move on. Portugal, let's head over there. So the statement is, should Martinez drop Ronaldo?
Yes. I'm just gonna say
Debate
yes.
done.
Yeah, honestly, for me, it's done at this point, mainly because I think when you have the squad and you've got Ronaldo in there, it becomes about Ronaldo, and it feels like everyone's trying to service Ronaldo rather than what's the best way for us to go forward and win games.
The only reason I disagree, and also I don't think on the pitch he's been great, but if you drop Ronaldo, then all of a sudden every single thing is going to be about Ronaldo on the bench. And I think from a media perspective and from Martinez's perspective, he's probably thinking, if I put him on the bench, I'm finished.
Surely at this point, like having that statement would now...
I agree.
You're more or less assuming that you're...
Yeah, they're playing Uzbekistan though, bro, and he's going to score a few against them.
I think the problem is not just Ronaldo, but it's even just the way Portugal play. Like you got the person who got the most assists in the Premier League in Bruno Fernandes, but the football's going through Vitinha. Don't get me wrong, Vitinha, one of the best midfielders, in football. But you got Bruno Fernandes.
Is Bruno taking corners?
They're alternating. And also, I'm seeing Bruno on the left next to Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto ain't making the right runs in, albeit he got the assist for the João Neves goal in their opener. I just feel like across the structure, like that first game, I've never seen such passive passing from the midfield. Get into the threatening areas, and Ronaldo, I'm sorry, a team that's playing a back five, you can't play one guy up top and expect him to occupy 3 centre-backs. It just don't work.
He should stay on the pitch, but they just need to stop making it look like they're only trying to find him.
Exactly.
Every single time they get the ball, it looks like they're just trying to find Ronaldo. Just play freely. If it comes to you, it comes to you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But yeah, it looks too...
I think it doesn't help that you don't have... they ain't got wingers that can create something for themselves. You got Pedro Neto and Bernardo Silva on the right. That's the 2 wingers. Like your wingers are not a threat at goal.
Is Bernardo playing out wide for them?
He's playing out wide. He's playing on the right.
On a team sheet,
yeah,
it looks like he was right wing.
I don't know if this goes without saying, but do you think there's a factor where you sort of look at the fact that he might be under a bit of pressure because of the whole Messi thing? He's already lifted the World Cup, and this is Ronaldo's last chance. He might be snatching at it a bit.
Bro,
he might be a little bit nervous.
I mean, we've seen him miss chances, right? We've seen him miss a lot of chances and do un-Ronaldo things. But he's 41 years of age. Ronaldo.
No, I think your age doesn't matter, because if that's the excuse for you not playing properly, then
yeah, that's what I'm saying. kind of from a football perspective, OAP, kind of, it's a bit. Maybe
Not
now
the
is the
OAP
time
for
to
Ronaldo,
bring him
wow.
on and give him those 10,
Ronaldo
15
fans,
minutes.
get him.
Do you know what I mean? Like maybe just off the bench a little bit.
They're gonna feast you, bro. You just
Rest
called him
a
an
little bit,
OAP.
man.
Kirk
Have
just
some
called
respect.
Ronaldo an OAP.
41 years of age.
R.I.P. Kirk. Anyway, moving on to our next point. So let's ask this then. Who's a bigger miss, Jude or Harry? Who's bigger out of this for the England squad right now?
If there were to be,
Right now.
Harry.
Yeah.
if one was to be injured or left.
Harry.
Yep. Harry's the bigger miss.
Yeah, because there's
No
so many
question.
players in that position where Jude plays, right? And I mean, look, we're going to bring Ollie Watkins in, or Ivan Toney, and then what?
Fair point.
We're finished.
I was going to say
What?
I was going to say Bellingham would be the bigger miss.
No, you know, I think
Jude,
Bellingham's a
man.
joke, by the
I
way.
like Jude too
A
much.
joke in a good way or a bad way?
No, a good way.
Oh, okay.
I'm from the north.
Oh,
That's what I'm
right.
saying, right?
I was
Making
about
sure
to
that-
agree with you for a second.
Oh, whoa. No, I think, look, if Bellingham was so good in that first game as well. But Morgan Rogers steps in and he'll be adequate. But
Yeah.
whereas you lose Harry Kane for a tournament, you're bringing someone like Ollie Watkins and Ivan Toney, and that's just not going to have the same effect in terms of build-up play, output.
I think that's calm. Like, get out the way. Like, what are you even doing there anyway? Let the man in midfield jog, yeah. Let them do their thing. Like, why have we got now 3 10s, bro? Like, that was the whole reason Phil and Cole didn't come, and you're just there doing the same thing.
And on
like.
Bellingham, I actually think there's bigger pressure on him to deliver for England than there is Kane. I think
Than
the
Harry
media,
Kane? Are you
I think the
joking?
media
Yeah.
obsession with Jude Bellingham painting him in to be this negative contribution to the England team.
Have you
not seen the newspapers in the UK?
You watched Jude live
Jude
in
Bellingham.
person,
Yeah, he's
innit?
so good.
He's a joke.
No, he's an absolute joke.
He's young, and that's what I'm saying. The pressure's even bigger, even though he's young.
Wait. She's saying she thinks the pressure's bigger on Kane. Harry Kane missed a penalty against France, and no one said anything.
I think Harry Kane would be the bigger miss. But
He's England's record goal scorer. Look, Bellingham, I mean,
I think Bellingham just really drives the team. He's a leader without he's the captain. In my eyes, Bellingham is the captain.
I think he's the
Harry
main
Kane,
face of- I think
throughout
he's
this
the main face
tournament,
of
right,
England.
Harry Kane is the first name on that team.
Yeah, no, it's hard. I just think
it's the captain as well, man.
Ollie Watkins knows how to score goals.
Personally, I think, from personal perspective, I think he's a bit
Can I
overrated.
ask why?
Who's
No,
overrated?
hold on. Jude Bellingham. Can I ask why?
Because
why
I
you
think
Jude is overrated?
there's been profiles over the years that kind of... I've seen similar profiles over the years, and I
Like
just don't
who?
think
Examples.
they've had... It's fine. I don't think we're just going to... Because we're not going to agree.
Bro,
We're not going to agree.
Bro,
Yeah,
we're
okay.
you know, it's about, they're talking about Jude, not his brother, you know? It's
No,
not
I know,
joke.
I know. And you're all going to look at me in a mad way, but personally, outside of the injuries, when he was up and coming,
I know who's going to say.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek, personally.
Oh,
I do love Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
I think similar profiles, and I think he had the potential to be, but I don't think he was talked about in the same
You know
way.
how
So
old Jude Bellingham was when
I'm
he
just-
was playing for England. Ruben
I
Loftus-Cheek was a
get
bad
the-
boy.
Did you just say
he,
Ruben
no, he is a
Loftus-Cheek?
similar
I'm not-
profile. but he's not.
Don't look at me like that, because
I'm
I'm not
just
saying he's
wondering,
better.
He's a
I'm
similar
just saying-
profile, but he's not. How can he?
I'm just
how can
saying,
you
in
compare
terms
him?
of profiles, I've seen the likes of
Yeah,
of
but
Jude,
he's not
I
as
just
good.
think the difference is just the amount of PR around him.
I
Takes him
think
to,
the only
but
similarity
that's just my view. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, that doesn't even make sense.
I think the
Okay.
only similarity they got is the trim. That's it.
Right, next debate. Does this World Cup finally settle the Ronaldo-Messi debate?
2026. It was over a long time ago.
I agree, man.
The debate was over when Messi made his debut. Bro, I've always said Messi was the best player in the world. We just, even when he hadn't played first team football, we just didn't know it yet.
Anytime Messi will do something, it's like, oh, but can Ronaldo do that? And I said it already, but the worst thing that happened for Ronaldo in terms of his GOAT status was Messi winning that World Cup. Because
So you thought the argument was like there, like
it was
valid before the World Cup
I
win?
think for me, it was always like, I'm a United fan. I love Ronaldo, but I also like Messi. He destroyed Man United in 2 Champions League finals. Like, it's humbling. So you can't really say he's not the GOAT. But for me, it's like, when people like compare them and say, this one is better, can you say that both of them have clear-cut answers for like who has had the better career to be the GOAT? Because I think it's kind of like, except for the World Cup, you know, you think of club. No, think of club, what they done in club,
Messi's
Ballon d'Or,
better.
all of
It's
that. When
just,
people talk
yeah.
about Messi as well, it's always about, you know, people discredit Ronaldo when they talk about Messi by talking about Messi's natural footballing ability, as if Ronaldo doesn't have natural footballing ability
does.
as well.
No, it's not saying that, but Messi's ability is better.
No, I think
that's the
Messi's
key
ability is
thing,
one of one. I can say that.
With Ronaldo, like Ronaldo's inevitability, the moments, like just everything, or even when he's about to take a free kick, the way that it's not like the whole world pauses and all that kind of stuff. For me, like with Ronaldo, when you watch him again, the moments is like, oh, Ronaldo's done it again. But Messi, for me, is like when you're watching him, you're just like, what have I just seen? It does. You can't compute it.
The stuff Ronaldo does on the pitch can be maybe replicated by other people.
That's what I'm saying. Messi is one of one.
Messi,
Yeah, Messi is one of one.
Ronaldo's worked so hard to get to the level he's at in terms of looking after himself, eating the right foods. He always talks about how he does the right things. Messi was just born with like
but actually,
raw talent.
Ronaldo did have
Ronaldo's
raw talent.
Yeah, of course, but like the level.
I think it's just ability, bro. Like even
Messi's
if you watch
better than
Messi playing
Ronaldo.
at 4 or 5 years old, the exact same way he was playing then is the exact same way he plays now.
Is the Lamine Yamal and Messi comparison, is that a madness? Like, what are we saying there?
I don't think it's mad, no.
I don't think so. Actually,
I think comparing anyone to
I
Messi
was about to
is
say the
mad.
same, yeah.
I
think
I think maybe the
Yeah,
similarity that
time.
they'll have is maybe the trajectory of their career.
Yamal at his age for what he's doing is
Maybe
crazy.
Maybe that,
and
is
he
what
might
it
be
is for him.
next in that next generation. You just said before that there's the two GOATs. He might be in that.
I don't
top
think we're
bracket
going to
for
have that in the next generation where we're going to have two people going head to head for the greatest of that generation. I think this is literally like one of one in
This
football.
generation's one was supposed to be Haaland and Mbappe, isn't it? Like everyone.
That was going to be my
it
next
just
question,
doesn't-
right? So like the next set, who is the GOAT of that?
So it'll be
Haaland
Haaland
and
and
Kane?
Mbappe. Then it's going to be, I said Kane.
Kane is
Then it's
in the
gonna
world
be-
of him, he's an OAP. You can't be talking about
then
Kane with
it's
Mbappe.
gonna be-
Harry can be in his own lane though.
After Kane and Mbappe is Lamine and Max Dowman.
And who? Sorry,
Lamine Yamal and Max Dowman.
This guy.
Lamine
oh my-
Yamal and Max Dowman. Yeah,
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
want to just?
Max
Let's see
Dowman
how
can't chat
Max
to
Dowman
Lamine
gets on.
Yamal.
To be fair,
Hey, do you know
You're
what's going
putting
to
pressure on him
happen? Do you know
already.
what's going to
You're
happen?
putting
Do you know
He's
what's
going to
gonna
get
happen?
overused.
Can I tell you what's going to happen?
Okay.
In 2 years' time, everyone's going to remember this. Same way I said it about Elise.
This.
Same way I used to say about Messi.
Go on, talk
Obviously,
to
I'm
me,
not trying to say I discovered Messi, but the exact same thing I
Ralph
said
just
about
said he
Elise
discovered Messi.
being the best winger in the Premier League when he was still at Palace. I just said he just hasn't proven it yet. You lot just don't know it yet.
Watch all the agents going after all the bookers.
So Max Dowman.
So Max Dowman's going to be... The problem
Hanging
is
on
with
Ralph's
Max Dowman,
words.
right? And let me tell you is the English media are going to get on his back. He's going to get overplayed at a young age. He's not going to have a longevity in a career because he's going to play a million games because Arsenal fans want something exciting. And then he's just going to slowly...
I think that was the
filter
old
down.
Arsenal. I think that was
He's
the old.
slowly
playing for
filtering
like a
down.
Barcelona, probably more just simply because of the things you're
All
saying.
right, so since Ralph was dropping some rage bait with the name Max Dowman, that's reminded me that we do actually have a rage bait topic up next. Does
Oh.
anyone have something that they want to throw to the floor?
I will throw something to the floor. I want to throw that Marcus Rashford on his day is on par or maybe better than Bukayo Saka
He's bottling.
on his day.
Bro, he said the word maybe straight away because even you don't believe
I didn't
what
say,
you're saying.
did I say maybe?
Right, so he's on par or maybe better.
Yeah,
so,
on par or better. Because the only reason I say maybe is because I do rate both of them. I'm not going to sit here and say I love Bukayo Saka.
Are we
But
rage baiting
He's
or
trying to
not?
get in it.
But
That's
in
not
my,
rage bait.
in my opinion,
You got to
Like
say
a
it
little
with chest,
hermit
man.
crab
Hold
going
it.
back
You
in
gotta
his
say it with
shell.
in my
chest.
opinion,
look into that camera and
Alright,
say,
cool.
look,
okay, all right, let me
don't
Look
lose
in the
eye
eye.
contact.
Cool. Let me
watch this.
run that
Everyone.
again. Okay,
Ready?
we ready? Cool. On his day, Marcus Rashford is better than Bukayo Saka on his day.
There was a bit of a pause and he said on his day twice, so I'm not sure if you believe it yourself, mate.
No, but I'm talking if both of
Bukayo
them
Saka
are
is
performing
the
at the
most
peak of their powers.
disrespected. You're an Arsenal fan as well.
I
bro.
love Bukayo.
Bukayo Saka's one of the most disrespected footballers I've seen.
You know,
That's not a question to say that Bukayo Saka is a good footballer.
Rashford on his day, how often is Rashford's day? Rashford didn't even start England's first game because he was on the bench for Anthony Gordon because he doesn't have his day too much. He's not.
Can I ask you something? Obviously, Saka's basically half fit, right? Do you think if Rashford was half fit, he would have been picked? No. Is the answer. I was telling
No,
you.
but
You gotta
that's
think-
not
what I'm saying, bro.
a.
No, but it proves his quality.
Mina,
That
you
proves his
support
Yeah,
Man
quality.
Mina, what are you
yeah,
saying?
I was going to say what doesn't help Marcus Rashford, I think, is the way that the media put a spotlight on him. Bukayo Saka is always, I think, and there's nothing wrong with it, by the way. The way he's portrayed in the media, Arsenal do enough to protect him from the English media.
He
Man
gets
United
caught.
historically, Man United never did much with Marcus Rashford, and then it didn't help
I agree with
him
that.
when he fell out with the fans, and fans weren't really buying into whatever narrative he was kind of sell. And for me, Marcus Rashford's trajectory over the last 2 years and Bukayo Saka's one has turned out completely different. But sometimes I think does environment play a part in that?
He was their poster boy.
Does the environment play a part in that?
Like,
Football, I think, come on, Marcus Rashford bursting onto the scene,
I think that's the
17
big
years
thing.
old, scoring in Europa League, scoring in the Prem on his debuts for both of them. If Anthony Martial never got injured under Louis van Gaal in that February, we might never have seen Marcus Rashford.
If I didn't eat burgers, I would have a six-pack.
And yet here we are.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, what about
He's a
right
Messi.
now? We're just talking about the right now.
No, but the argument is
that wasn't
on
the
his
argument.
day.
Though. I didn't say
he's
right
better
now.
than
Because
Bukayo
for me,
Saka.
I'm just saying from
but
again,
from
it doesn't
today-
have to. It doesn't have to be that just because you're saying on this day this player is better than this player, that means that the other player is rubbish. That's not.
No. But
I'm just
Bukayo
saying that
Saka
from
is.
when I watch Marcus Rashford, from what I've seen, dynamism on the wing. When it comes to free kicks, he's there. If you put him in a place where he's flourishing, I'm not gonna lie, there is an argument to say that he's as close as any of the wingers in the world when he's performing at the peak of his powers. In my opinion.
Kirk, were Barca right to buy Anthony Gordon over Rashford then?
I would say no, but I understand why, because I think the big thing with Rashford was probably the wages.
I would rather have Bukayo Saka half fit in my team than Marcus Rashford fully fit. Like, I just think Saka is generational. I think he's an unbelievable player. I think he's so
I
disrespected.
like this guy, man.
He's so disrespected, by the way. This whole thing about him limping and everything like
No, but
that.
that's, with Saka, talking about the limping thing, that's one thing that worries me is that he's another young English player that's played so much football that by the time he gets to 29, when he should be at his peak, like Anthony Gordon,
Can't discredit
Barca
him.
bought him because his
What they're
peak is
doing
going
to
to be
Sterling.
28. Yeah, he's gonna get run down.
Has Rashford scored at the Bernabeu?
No, but he scored in the El
I did know that. I knew the answer.
But he scored
No,
in
I
the.
mean-
But he scored in.
No, I was just
hold
asking, I
on.
was
He
just
scored in the El
asking. In the
Clasico.
Champions League.
He scored in the El Clasico that
What
won
was it?
Barcelona the title, free kick.
This isn't even rage bait. This is like ruthless Rashford on Twitter, just tweeting stuff like.
No, I
he's
do love
better.
Rashford still.
I think he's top. I think he's top. But Saka,
Rashford is
I'm just
on his
wondering. I do think it's closer than what we're making out.
Yeah, and I definitely, I think on his day, I'm not gonna lie, when I've watched Rashford play, I'm not gonna pretend as if like I haven't been. Yeah, it's top, man. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, guys, thank you so much for your debates. If you agreed or not, you can get involved in the comments, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and we will see you next time.
he took that like a king.